Hello, welcome back to the Postpartum Path of Yoga. This is phase 1, week 2 of your mindful movement practice. We're going to start in easy pose. So we want our nice firm blanket folded so we sit on the ledge of the blanket so that we can prop up the pelvis. Cross your legs, nice easy pose. Remember, we're working to find that balance of shoulders, ribs, to pelvis. And if you want to learn why we do all these things, you could read about them in my book, The Postpartum Path of Yoga. But for right now, let's enjoy a nice, easy practice together. So sitting in easy pose, we're going to start by feeling some shoulder releases backwards. So it's important to do our shoulder rolls backwards because we're so used to holding the baby and rounding forward. We need to find balance by bringing it back. So breathe with me and move the shoulders up, back, and down. Just simple things like shoulder rolls back, when we can remember to do so, will make such a difference in releasing any bound up tension in the spine. And when we can find some nice slow breathing to work with the slow movement of the shoulder rolls, we can also help lower our heart rate, bring down some cortisol levels or inflammation that might be happening, and just come to a nice sense of rest and balance. All right, let's let the shoulders drop down. And we're gonna just do some easy neck release, just letting the top of the head go side to side, kind of like you're making a rainbow with your nose. Imagine there's like a little pencil there. And you wanna go easy with the neck. It does a lot for us, but it can also get exhausted and we don't wanna ask too much of it. So make these moves nice and easy. Now let's go up and down. And then we're going to come back to center and just gently look side to side. And you want to feel that lengthening of the side of the neck. Keep the shoulder rolling back as you look to the side. This kind of movement to release the neck and shoulders is also so important because as we're feeding the baby, whether it's breastfeeding or with a bottle, we're always looking down and maybe rounding forward. And so we've got to open all that up again and look back. Lovely. Okay. Let that find a sense of centered balance. We're going to come to lie down now. Coming to lie down, knees are bent. And we're going to explore our semi-supine pelvic floor contraction and release exercises. So last week we did these in easy pose. So we're just going to do them in a new way. So let's start just by rocking the pelvis. I call this rocking it from north to south. So right now we're feeling the top of the pelvis press down, bottom of the pelvis is lifting up, and then find the opposite, letting the south part of the pelvis come down, finding more of that arch in the lower back. You don't have to squeeze your glute muscles, your tush. We're just rocking the pelvis north to south, that's all. So now as we tilt the tailbone down, take a breath in. Exhale. Squeeze the pelvic floor in and up. And then release it. Inhale, exhale. Find that contraction. And we're going to move between this rocking of the pelvis while engaging the pelvic floor. Now notice I'm not lifting the hips up. This is not a bridge. We're just experiencing movement of the pelvis with the breath, with the pelvic floor muscles. Exhale. Inhale, exhale. Keep it moving. Let's just do one more. And let that come to rest. So maybe by now you're starting to feel a little bit more of that coordination with your breath and your pelvic floor. It comes slowly over time, but you need to tend to it and be consistent with that practice. So now we're going to roll over and come to sit up into staff pose. So staff pose is where we want to sit on our blanket again. Flex the feet like you're standing on something. And you want to feel again, shoulders, ribs, and pelvis in a nice alignment. And again, I talk about all of these whys in my book, The Postpartum Path of Yoga. It's important to learn why we do things, to know how to do them well, and we continue to do them well so we can remember our why for our bigger goals of how we want to feel in our lives. So sitting in staff pose, have your arms alongside the body. Keep your legs active by pressing the thighs down. Feet are active like they're standing on something. And here we are, strengthening the core. And we're gonna let's do 8 birthday candle breaths in staff pose. So breathe in with me. Exhale. True confession, I totally lost count. I got so in the moment. Let's just do one more. This is what happens when you're finding your zen inside. You lose track of time, which is kind of a good place to be. All right. Let that go. And we're going to come to standing. And from standing, we're just going to bend the knees enough so that we can feel the spine lined up on the wall. And we're going to bring the hands alongside the ribs and push the sides of the rectus abdominis muscles together for the hand corset move. Again, this is in the book if you want to read more about why we do this. But just breathe with me here. Feeling those muscles knit back together. Of course, also building some strength in the legs. And you want to spread your fingers wide and move down the length of the abs. Yes, there will be some flesh bunching between the fingers, totally normal. Get those lower abs as well. Beautiful. All right, we're going to meet down on the floor and we're going to come into our final rest and relaxation. So yes, once again, this whole practice was focused on restoring our core and adding a little bit more to it. Because when we have the relaxation and balance of the neck and shoulders, is when we have a restoration of the neck and shoulders, ribs, pelvis can stay in a better alignment, which will help restore the core overall. So that's how this program works. Little bits at a time, all adding up to one larger goal of finding balance and strength in the body, but also finding some restoration in the mind with the breath, spirit, and don't forget your embodied voice practices. Just enjoy this deep rest and relaxation pose. Stay here for at least 5 minutes. Please give yourself this gift. And I will see you next time